Welcome to the Fatherhood Fitness Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Pluff. Each week, we will cover various topics that dads struggle with in their fitness journey. I'll give you actionable steps that you can apply right away, not only to take back control of your own health, but so you're able to be a better example for your kids too. All right. Welcome in. It is good to be back. We've taken the past few weeks off. Actually recorded an episode with Miles suing, but unfortunately, the audio wasn't very good, and so we're going to re-record that this week. Hopefully, it'll be out next week. Miles is a great coach, and I'm excited for you to be able to hear that episode. And so I wanted to make sure that we put out a quality episode. But today, what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about why you should invest in a home gym. Now, obviously, building up a home gym can be expensive in the beginning, but long-term, it's going to save you tons of time and money. Now, you don't need a ton of equipment to get a great workout in. Resistance bands are great. A pair of dumbbells are great. I invested last fall in a pair of adjustable dumbbells, which is probably the best purchase I've ever made when it comes to fitness equipment. I absolutely love them. I bought the Nuo bells. I think it's a Swedish company, but they're awesome. If you're interested in learning more about them, I can give you some information. And everything I talk about here today, I get no money, no advertising dollars from any of these companies. This is just my personal favorite, and some of these I'm going to be sharing with you. And so those are incredible. You can get a great workout in at home. And going to the gym, I love going to the gym. I love going to different gyms as well. When I'm out of town, I always schedule, figure out, plan my hotel, based on the gym. Obviously there's other factors, like you got to have a pool, right? Free parking's a bonus, and obviously the glorious breakfast. But the gym is definitely a factor, making sure you don't have to work out when you're on vacation. But I like it, and I like going to different gyms. So sometimes when I'm out of town, I'll just find a local gym that I can go to. But a lot of times I work out at home, though, because it saves me so much time, right? I don't have to wait for other people to get done. I don't have to change up my workout because I know exactly what I have at home, and I know that nobody's going to be waiting for it, right? And so investing in building your own home gym has a ton of benefits, right? And you can get it done first thing in the morning. You wake up, get your workout in. You can get it when you get home. And so you have a lot more flexibility as well. Now, if you're somebody who isn't motivated to work out at home, you kind of need that external motivation to go to the gym. That's the only way you're going to get your workout in. Then yes, go to the gym, get your workout in. But if you're already short on time, spending a little money now is going to pay off forever. So lots of different things you can get. Some essentials, like I said, I would definitely get some resistance bands. Super versatile. You can take them anywhere. Throw them in your bag when you're traveling for work. You're on vacation with your family. You can bring them anywhere. If you have the means, you have the finances to be able to invest in something like adjustable dumbbells. They are awesome. They save you tons of time. Switching out from different dumbbells save you tons of money as well, right? The initial cost of them is pretty hefty, but if you bought a pair of dumbbells all the way from 10s to 100s, you'd be spending way more money than you would on a pair of adjustable dumbbells. You're going to want some kind of bench. I have the Flybird adjustable bench. It comes already put together in a box. It's super awesome. It folds in half, so I can put it against the wall when I'm done using it. And so having an adjustable bench with some adjustable dumbbells, there you go. You can get an entire workout in right there. Having something like a power tower, some kind of pull-up bar. Power tower is going to have like a dip station pull-up bar attached to it. You can do like leg raises and things like that. That is great. Again, saves you tons of space putting everything in one. You can get it for a pretty decent price. I honestly don't remember. Sport Royals is the one I had. That's the brand. And I enjoy it. I like it a lot. It's got lots of versatility to it. It's a little wide for me. I'm not a very big guy, so it's like an inch or two too wide for me on the dips. But I'm used to it now, so it's not that big of a deal. But that's really my only complaint with it. But yeah, having a power tower is great because doing pull-ups on a doorway pull-up bar can get a little dangerous depending on where you live. Some of the old door frames aren't kind of built for the pull-up bar, and so you can really tear it up. If you own your home and you don't care about it, or not that you don't care about the home, but you don't care about chipping up the door frame a little bit, then uh, yeah, go ahead and buy one of those. I actually have two of them, maybe three. I think I have two. I've had to get ones over the years, different ones depending on where I lived at the time to make sure I was able to get some pull-ups in. I love pull-ups. I love adding those to my workouts, and so I made sure I was able to do that. But when I moved a couple years ago, I bought a power tower, so now I do my pull-ups on there. The door frames weren't great for that, and so solved that issue. But having a pull-up bar, even just some push-up handles. Obviously, you can do push-ups without handles, but the value of a push-up handle is it's going to take a little pressure off your wrist. So if you're somebody who maybe has a little bit of wrist pain or anything, push-up handles can be pretty helpful, and they're pretty cheap as well. So don't take up a ton of space, so you can easily just throw those in a box or a cupboard or something, and just whip them out when you need to. And you can always bring those along with you in the car when you're traveling as well. But I'm a big proponent of building a home gym. Like I said, I love going to the gym. I used to go to the gym multiple times a week, but the majority of my workouts, probably 90% of my workouts now, are always done from home because it's super convenient. I have quite a bit of flexibility in my schedule, so I can just whip out a workout during the day, right? If I'm doing one in the morning, I'm on a call or something with a client or something, and I'm not able to get my workout in, I can push it back a little bit. But if you're going to the gym, you're kind of tied down to a couple times, right? You're either doing it early in the morning, you're doing it after work, maybe on the weekends. If you have the luxury of doing it over lunch, you could do that. But you have so much more flexibility at home. Now, the downside to working out at home is it's super easy to just not do it, right? Like I said, if you're somebody that needs that motivation, needs that external support to want to work out, then going to the gym might be a good option for you. Maybe you have a ton of flexibility in your schedule. Maybe your kids are a little older, they're not as reliant on you, then yeah, sure, go to the gym, bring them with you if they're old enough, right? Teach them some things as well. That having a home gym is great, but like I said, there are times where you could easily be like, well, I'm not going to work out today. It's going to be on your mind all day, but then it's so easy just not to do it. You could get interrupted. So, having a dedicated space for exercising, for working out is going to be very helpful too. But overall, the benefits far outweigh the cons of a home gym. Yes, it's going to be an investment, but so is your gym membership, right? Your gym membership on average, the cheapest gym membership is like $40. I know Planet Fitness is quite a bit cheaper than that, but most gyms in your local area are probably 40, $50. You do that every single month for a year, you're spending $600 on a gym membership. You spend $600 right now on some equipment, chances are most of the stuff you're never going to have to replace ever again. And so tons of benefits of having a home gym. It's my personal favorite as a dad. It comes in super handy. One, I can get my workout whenever I want to. I can work out every single day if I want to. I can do short 15-minute workouts. I can do longer hour-long workouts. My kids can come back and hang out with me. And so, I think, everybody should have at least some equipment at home, especially if you're somebody who, is already crunched on time. If you're crunched on time, then invest in a home gym because you're going to save tons of time not driving to the gym. You're going to save money long term, and it's going to take away some of those excuses of having to go to the gym. So build a home gym. Start simple. Start with resistance bands, and you can always add more later on. That concludes this episode of the Fatherhood Fitness Podcast. Thank you for those of you who took time out of your busy schedules to listen. If you have any questions or comments or an idea for a topic for a future episode, please feel free to reach out, and I'd love to hear from you.